Sometimes I like to keep it simple. We could do deep dives into the absolute garbage state of a killer, talk in depth about the mindset of the community, or spend the better part of 12 minutes showing off my skit writing abilities. But sometimes I just want to sit back, relax, and just do some good old fashioned buff ideas without the deep dives or over analysis. And this is totally not me putting off the hillbilly video because it would mean playing him and pulling my teeth with a rusted pair of pliers dipped in hot sauce sounds slightly more appealing than doing that. Anyway, here is how I would improve the 5 terrible killer perks. Before we get started, I do want to let you guys know that I tried not to choose more than one perk from a killer, somewhat for variety, but also because I didn't want Huntress and Dredge and Wraith taking up this entire list. So with that being said, let's hop in. Our first killer perk is the ever so useless Territorial Imperative. Sometimes I look at a killer and their perk sets and wonder what was going through behavior's heads, and sometimes I look at a perk and realize that it must have been glue huffing day when they designed it, because what the ever-growing fuck is this? The aura of survivors entering the basement are revealed to you for 3 seconds when you are 32 meters away? So way too far away to actually accomplish anything with that information. And it has a fucking cooldown. What the fuck? The developers were having a right laugh when they farted in a bucket and pulled this out of it, weren't they? First of all, why does it have to be so far away? Second of all, why is it only for 3 seconds? Oh, good golly gee, Batman, I sure do hope I am happen to be looking at the basement when this triggers. And third, why is there a cooldown? Huntress perks are all pretty dog shit, but this one is by far the worst one. And in all honesty, is in a contender for the dumbest killer perk in the fucking game. Let's fix it. Step 1. Instead of 32 meters away, the aura is now revealed to you when you are within 16, 32, and 48 meters of the basement. The aura disappears once you are within 5 meters of the basement. Step 2. Auras are revealed for as long as the survivor is in the basement. This way, we don't have some random ass limiter on seeing the aura of the basement person until you actually get close enough to enter the basement. And step 3. There is no cooldown. Now this perk actually works as a halfway decent info perk. It helps when basement builds of all kinds, including Basement Bubba, Basement Trapper, and well, that's really it. But now it's not a complete throwaway garbage perk, and that's a plus in my book. Look, it happens to the best of us. You start getting older, things don't feel the same anymore. Your hearing lessens and your eyesight becomes like looking through a stained glass window at night. But in what reality do you think I'm using a whole ass perk slot on the worst info perk in the game? Alright, so Deerstalker is pretty simple, right? Survivors in the dying state have their auras revealed to you when they are within 20, 28, and 36 meters of you. I'm gonna be real, this feels like it was meant to be a Huntress perk instead of whatever the fuck that bear one is, but they made it general instead, and in any case, I'm gonna make this thing a little bit, just a little bit, more fucking useful. When a survivor enters the injured or dying state, their auras are revealed to you for 2, 3, or 4 seconds. Deerstalker has a cooldown of 35 seconds. This turns Deerstalker into a useful chase perk, and the short aura reading is enough for you to get the jump on survivors, but the 35-second cooldown stops you from having just perma aura reading on every survivor that you hit. Hey kids, have you ever wanted a perk that only activates a fucking lifetime after you need it to? You didn't? Well then no shit, because then what's the point of the perk? Dissolution doesn't even do what it sounds like it's supposed to do. I thought it was going to be some kind of illusion based perk, but instead it's just shit. 3 entire mind-blowing seconds after you injure a survivor, this perk activates for 12, 16, and 20 seconds. While active, if a survivor happens to fast vault, not just vault, it has to be a fast vault specifically, over any pallet, the pallet breaks at the end of the vault and the perk deactivates. I ran this perk for 10 games just to see what happened, and you know what? It did something once. One time. Not one game, not one night, one time. It activated one time in 10 matches. So here's how to fix it. It activates immediately upon injuring a survivor. A pallet is destroyed by any type of vault, not just a fast vault. If they vault the pallet gets destroyed. Boom. Done. Good grief. This video was supposed to be relaxing. What's next? Okay, this is a bit of an easy one. I'm actually not that upset about this one. After a survivor loses a health state, Gearhead activates. The next survivor to succeed on a skill check reveals their auras to you for 6, 8, and 10 seconds, and then Gearhead deactivates. Cool. Still terrible, but cool. The best way to buff this is just to change the great skill check to any skill check, and then make it make a loud noise notification. Okay, that was pretty chill. What's next? You fucking loser ass disappointment of a goddamn perk. You were created with the sheer intents and purposes of pissing me off, weren't you? You were the worst piece of godlike pile of shit known to man. And what is worse is you were on my favorite killer in the goddamn game. This is the fucking piece of betrayal I've ever seen. Okay, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you all a story. Let me tell you a story of a bright-eyed, rosy-cheeked Kaiser. The year was 2022 on October 30th. Kaiser had just bought Dead by Daylight and was excited to try it. He eagerly loaded up the game, and after completing the tutorial, he saw the villain from his favorite slasher series of all time, the Ghostface. So he brought him, eager to try the game out, and when he saw the description of the furtive chase, he eagerly equipped it thinking, aha, so I can be more stealthy. But no. Somebody at Behavior decided they were going to kick dirt in Kaiser's face, and as it turns out, this perk is worthless. Each time you hook the obsession, gain a token up to 2, 3, or 4 tokens. While in chase, your terror radius is reduced by 4 meters per token. Oh, and any survivor who rescues the obsession becomes the obsession. What in the name of the entity does a stupid fucking perk activate in chase? Those words, in chase, I can't get over them. I can't fucking get past it because it's just 2 words. It's just 2 little words in this entire perk, and it turns it from a fun stealth perk into a useless meme perk used solely for tome quests and fucking Rancor roulette. It is so bad. I cannot even begin to fathom to you guys how absolutely terrible it is. So here's how we're going to fix it. Take in chase out of the thing. Instead, your terror radius is smaller by 4 meters per token to the obsession and only the obsession. This turns the perk into a really fun stealth build that creates an ever-jumping, almost oblivious effect. Right? Every time somebody goes in, they have to make the decision. Do I rescue this person and then lose the ability to know where the killer's at? Or do I let this person sit on the hook? And that's a very hard decision for a lot of survivors to make. It can apply pressure. It creates good stealth builds. And it finally is actually useful. I do not understand why this perk is so dog shit. And I don't understand why Behavior creates perks that are obviously dog shit, because there is no way in hell they've been eating enough crayons to not understand what makes a perk good or even halfway decent. Not every perk has to be overpowered, okay? That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is that every perk should have some sort of use. It should have some place in the game as anything. Even if it is just a meme perk, it should have a meme perk with use. So that was 5 shit killer perks and how to fix them. Do you agree? How would you fix these? Which 5 perks do you want to see me cover next? Any survivor perks do you want to see? I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments, and I hope you all enjoyed this soothing, relaxing video, and I'll see you all in the next one.